Hello students, and welcome to Healthcare Economics. My name is Ed Schmitz and I will be your instructor for this course. As you can see here on the home page, or on the screen here, this is the home page of our class in D2L. You can see I've posted an introduction, introduces who I am, gives a little bit about my background. I'm not going to read it to you. I'll let you come in and read this, but my background is in healthcare. I've worked in the accounting department for hospitals for quite a few years. So the only part about my intro that I really want to highlight here is what they call the office hours. It's basically when I'm available to answer the phone when you call. So on Mondays between 5 and 8, and that is Central Time, and then again Saturday mornings 9 to 11, I make a point to be available to answer my phone when it does call. You are sure free to call outside of those times. I just can't guarantee I'm going to be able to answer. So if you call to ask me a question and I don't answer, please leave a voicemail with your name, what class you're calling from, because I do teach more than this one, and then your question. I am more than happy to call you back. Here is my personal cell phone, so this is the number you would call, and then here is my MacU email address if you want to contact me through email to ask me questions as well. Scrolling on down here at the calendar, you can see today is Monday, October 2nd. Our class actually starts tomorrow on the 3rd. By this Friday, October 6th, is when our original posts need to be made in the discussion forum. And then next Monday, the 9th, is when all the response posts need to be completed in our discussion forum and all of the assignments in the Dropbox. You can scroll down through here and see all the due dates through the end of October. As we get closer to the end of the month, the ones that fall over into November will scroll on up here. Let's go look at week 1 and what we're going to be doing. We are going to be looking at supply and demand of medical care. We're going to look at the impact of government on the healthcare market, and then we're going to look at healthcare reform a little bit here in the course. We are going to be using Essentials of Healthcare Economics, the 2nd edition, as our text by Dewar. Here is what the cover of that text looks like, and we are going to be reading the first 3 chapters this week. Now, the reading in this book is very short, especially here in the first few chapters. Chapter 1 is 2 pages, so the reading is quite short. So in addition to reading from the chapter, we've got the PowerPoint presentations provided by our publisher for the first 3, and then there are 3 very short YouTube videos. I think these are 3 to 6 or 7 minutes at the most. So there's one on perfect competition, one on healthcare crash course, and then economics, intro to economics. So there are 3 videos. You can just click on them and they will play just like the video that you're watching here. You can watch them right here in our D2L course. So moving on, we have a discussion question each week. I will go over the instructions and my expectations for the discussion here in this week. I will not visit this every week since the instructions are the same each week. So the instructions, your original post is due by day 4. That is Friday each week, and that is Central Time. So you need to have your post in by the due date, your original post. Your response posts to at least 3 other original posts are due by day 6. I'm going to push that to day 7. As long as you get it in by the end of the academic week, I am fine. Posts should take place on multiple calendar days. So I don't want to go in and see that all of your response posts have been made within 3 minutes of each other or at the very last second. That's not a discussion. And these are supposed to mimic an on-ground discussion. If we were all sitting in a classroom for 2 or 3 hours one night a week, this is supposed to take place of the discussion that would be had there. So which means part of a discussion is listening to what other people have to say. D2L will show me how many of the discussion posts you have read. I want to see that you've read more than 2 or 3 posts. You should have read the majority of them. Okay. Moving on. Posts are expected to be at least 150 words in length. That only applies to your original. Your response posts do not have to be that long. But all posts need to be well written, APA formatted, meaningful, and add to the conversation. So APA formatted. I don't expect a title page, a reference page. APA to me in the discussion means you've cited your sources. So anytime you use something from our textbook, provide an in-text citation that meets APA format. Meaningful and add to the conversation. So a post of great post, I agree totally, is not meaningful and does not add to the conversation. Contribute something that the original author of their post maybe didn't include from the text, or add something from your work experience, or maybe ask a question or disagree. If you disagree, do it politely. We do not need to get into arguments or carry this off into dissenting political views that address healthcare. But we do need to have a meaningful conversation here. Now, given that, I have a rubric that I use to grade. So this is the rubric for this class's discussion. Discussions are worth 20 points. So 15 points have to do with your level of content. So if it exceeds expectations, I will score it somewhere here. So exceeds expectations is an A, so this is 90 to 100% of the potential points. Meets expectations are B to C, so this is 70 to 89% of the possible points. Needs improvement is a D, so that's 60 to 69% of the possible points available. And then unacceptable is an F, so 0 up to 59.99%. So 15 points come from level of content. 1 point comes from did you meet the due date on your original? If not, you're going to get 0.33 taken off for each day late. Number of response posts, so minimum, switch back here, at least 3. So if you do the bare minimum of 3, you will get 0.7. You will get a passing grade for this particular, and it's worth 1 point. So it's not like you're going to die or flunk the class or even this assignment if you only make the minimum. But again, meeting the minimum of at least 3, you will get 0.7. If you want to get more than just the minimum points or the passing, you will make additional points beyond the bare minimum. Reference to the text. Did you make a reference to the text or some source in a post somewhere during the week? You don't have to do it in every post. Most students do it in their original. Word count, 150 words in your original post. Did you meet it? If you only got half of that, you'll get half the points. If you got 80% of 150, you'll get 80% of the points available. And again, it's worth a whole 1 point. And then the last category is spelling, grammar, mechanics. Did you cite APA properly? Those things. So there's your 20 points. I will provide something from the rubric with your score so you know how you did. Okay, so that's our discussion. Our assignment for the week is to do the chapters, or questions at the end of the chapter. Each question should be addressed fully. Responses should be numbered. So, and let me go back here. Numbered and use APA. So yes, you should have a title page which has the correct header. You should number your responses. So this is a sample paper from a different accounting course that I teach. So this student, here's their response to number 1. Of course, you're going to need chapter 1, number 1, chapter 1, number 2, chapter 2, number 1. Here's the response to question 2. Here's the response to question 3. So you need to number them. Here's the reference page from this student's homework. You need to have a reference page so that you conform to APA and number them. Okay, so which questions are you going to be responding to? From chapter 1 on page 6, you are going to respond to question 1 and question 2. From chapter 2 on page 13, you're going to respond to question 1 and question 3. Not 1, 2, and 3, just 1 and 3. From chapter 3 on page 21, you'll respond to question 1 and question 2. So that's 2 questions from each chapter for a total of 6 questions. Finally, during week 1, you're going to have a quiz. It is a 10-question quiz, and it is meant to be a closed book. Well, how can I guarantee that you're not going to open your book and look up each question? You are going to get 1 minute per question or 10 minutes to answer 10 questions. If you start trying to look up, you will run out of time. So don't try and look each question up in the book. You do not have time. But point at the little week 1 here. It's underlined in blue and you get a little finger. So click on that and it'll take you to the quiz and walk you through the 10 questions. They're not that difficult. There's not a whole lot of points to the quiz. The bulk of the points come from your weekly assignments at the end of the chapter where you do have lots of time to look them up. And I answer questions. So if you have a question you're not sure of, send me an email, call me. I am here to help you get through this course. So take advantage of me as a resource. I look forward to getting to know each of you throughout this course, and we have 5 weeks to do that. So good luck on week 1,